So this is your public IP, right? Before that, I'm going to share this connection string information, user ID, password information. Okay, let's try to connect. It won't connect. Okay, so take this connection string, and if you have your, local laptop SSMS is already installed, also you can able to connect. Okay, if you have the SSMS in local, SQL admin is my ID, and the password is password 2024. That's it. Just provide and try to
Mm.
connect. Okay, so you cannot able to connect actually. Okay, now my case, as I said, okay, still I haven't mm, what happened? Okay, still I haven't saved that one. Okay, I think I haven't saved. Maybe, yeah, I already saved. Okay, just before you guys is observed, when I'm trying to connect, it is asked me to provide your authentication login process, right? Now when I'm going to try to connect, okay, it is not going to ask me to provide your credential details and that. Okay, it's there. Okay, let's see. It should not ask actually. Just wait some time.
For me also it's showing sign in.
Yeah, that should be definitely asked sign in, but user ID password is there, right? So uh,
Mm.
before by default, we just enable that option. Connect any Azure resources, not only for the Azure SQL VM, okay, whether it is any application also, if you are going to check that box, by default is going to connect. Okay.
Okay.
Bro, one question here. I
Yes,
think
Srini.
you added your local IP address, bro. This IP address is different, right? This VM IP address is different, right? You need to add this VM IP address, right? In portal level.
May add my client IP 16 dot. Okay, it is got changed maybe. It should not change actually. It will come. Okay, let's see this here also we can able to fetch that one IP information. Okay, let me show that one. Okay, keep the same thing. I'm not going to add here. Let's see this. What is the IP? Whatever my see, this is internet is accessible, right? It should be in the same IP. Okay, it should not change, this VMIP. My public
Okay.
IP. Okay, internet is from my end only, right? So it is not somewhere else. Okay, it is changing actually. It should not. Okay, so yeah. Okay, you are right actually. Okay, so if it is in VMware extension, okay, the IP is not going to change actually. Okay, so VMware workstation, if you are going to have VM, okay, so I do have workstation VM as well. Workstation, yeah. This VMware workstation itself, I installed my laptop. Okay, when I'm trying to connect from this one, it is not going to change the public IP. Okay, since it is an, cloud one. Okay, so it is, asking some IP is different. Okay, you should need to add that one. You are right, Srini. Okay, it is asking in a different IP here, but yeah, the process is same here. Okay, adding of your public IP. Okay, so once if you are going to add, it is not going to ask any sort of things. Okay, IP address, starting IP and ending IP. Okay, just press OK and save it. Okay, so now if you are trying to connect, if you are trying to connect, no, this. Instance, it should connect. Okay, So point
Mm.
is, okay, what I am going to refer, instead of doing all these things, okay, if instead of doing all these things, if you are going to make this one, okay, if you are going to make this one, allow Azure services, okay, without adding of your IP, it is automatically connected. If you guys is remember, this VM, whatever we connected, that is an Azure VM. But what it is by default populating? My laptop IP, right? This is my public laptop IP only. Okay. It is not showing this VM IP. Okay. That's what whenever trying to log in, it is showing some different public IP. We just added. Now, I just removed this one. Okay. I just saved in the portal end and I'm going to disconnect the same thing. When I'm trying to connect, it is not going to ask anything. Earlier, if you are not going to add, okay, by the first time, boss, you connected something you had to do, right? So the something in the sense the checking of the box only. See here, I'm just trying to password
Mm.
2024. I am connecting now without giving user ID password.
Without
Now
IP. Without.
you are going to trying to connect, right? So you are outside of the network, and your IP is not whitelisted here. Your IP is not whitelisted here. So if I am going to add your IP, okay, you are able to connect without giving of user ID password. Okay, let me give now. Okay, just before you tried, right? It is asking
Yeah.
the IP address information. If I'm going to add your IP in this, firewalls whitelisting part, okay, firewalls whitelisting part, okay. Hmm. Start IP and end IP, you are, going to connect directly now, okay, without asking anything, okay. Now to try to connect now, you are able to access,
Yeah. Able to connect. Yeah.
right? So this is general methodology to connectivity option. Okay. But in a real time, we are not going to do this one, but knowing the things is very good. Okay. So point is this Azure SQL database should be in a some network. Okay, it should be in a some network only. Okay, see here there is a one network is available. You are going to map this network. Okay, so to different services, whether VM, Azure SQL, whatever. Okay, we are going to map that network people only can able to access, whether it is application or the some working people also they can able to access. Okay, that is we are going to implement later on. Okay, any questions now?
No, no, no.
Okay, now let me proceed my task.
But
What
in
I want.
real time, you will connect with the private IP, right? Private.
Yes, real time you're going to connect with the private API only. Okay, why? Because your resources, either database or the VM in the same network. You are also part of that project in the same network, so that you will connect private IP only. There is no public IP. Okay, once if you are going to map this database server, okay, that should you cannot able to see that public IP information over here. Okay, and moreover, let's see. Okay, so I have these two options over here, right? The selected network. So what are the selected network? If I'm going to disable, you cannot able to connect. Nothing will connect. Okay, only the private access will be there. So this private endpoint connectivity option, let's say, let me explore it first of all. Let's say
Mm.
you are within the VNet, these two resources. I'm just going to make sure in that, okay, uh, VNet 1, East US. This is your VNet. Under the VNet, okay, you have, okay, so you have these two resources. That's what you are able to connect. Okay. Now I'm going to take one more real-time use case. Let's say your production database this one, but your client application also running is a different VNet. Different VNet. Let me explore it this one as well right away. Okay. This is VNet West US. Okay, completely reason is different. Now he has the database server here. Okay, the private IP only, private network IP only. Okay, so you have a database server here. Okay. You have differently complete out of the network. Maybe your child company, maybe you are, some other network, it will be there. Okay. Now see here, you are cloud only. Okay. But you can easily connect within the VNet you are connecting. Okay. If you are out of the VNet, okay. If you are out of the VNet or some other places, so the process would be connectivation process would be okay. This server, okay, either you have to configure the network level access or else directly in the database create private endpoint, creating of the private endpoint. So to prove your folks, okay, let me Karthik.
Yeah, a private endpoint with we can connect
Let forget
other
forget
people.
up forget about the private endpoint. We will explore it later. Okay, my point is here. Whatever you ask that excluding of your IP address, that is normal thing. Okay, so regularly that practicing purpose will do, but not in a real time we are not going to entertain that one. Okay, so coming to this agenda, what we scheduled today. Okay, see, this database earlier it is not shown, right? Azure DB2 we haven't seen. Okay, once after deployment I refresh, it is not shown. Now it is going to show. Okay, so under this SQL Server I have two databases now. Under the SQL Server I have two databases now. Okay, so you can see this is my server. Under the server we have the databases list. I could able to see the list of the two databases here. Okay, now my point, okay, when we are deploying, okay, so we just need to discuss a lot more things, okay, that I'm going to focusing now. So, uh, I'm going to navigate this, diagram basically. At this moment, we have the Azure SQL database. I connected within the cloud, and you also connected, right? By using you are connected in the sense you are where you are. Currently, you are on premises only, right, boss?
Yeah. Yes, yes,
If
Sama.
you are connecting in the sense you are in the on premises only. So
Yeah.
either the ways we are connected by using of the private IP. But okay, real time we are not going to use this one. Okay, always
We
will try
connected via
to,
public IP, but
yeah,
we connect
real time we will connect in the private IP one. How? We just need to configure
create VNet.
extra. Yes,
Uh,
VNet and site-to-site
can
configuration, point-to-site configuration. That is in a
NSG.
wider range. That is a wider range of network connectivity options. We'll do that one. Okay, so I'll make one more architecture dedicatedly to implement end-to-end project. That is okay. Just try to understand if the database is there, how we are going to connect within this one, and how we are going to connect from our now.
Mm, okay.
Within the portal itself, just before whatever we say, okay, within the portal itself, let's say I have this database, right? I'm just clicking that database. Within the portal itself, you can able to connect. Okay, see here, there is a query editor. Before that, I want to do some exercise in this one. Just navigate this database and expand this prod DB, which is currently have some data. Let's say this is a customer sales dot customer dot t and try to execute query. Okay. Whatever the data you can able to see and fetch here, the same data you can able to add. How many rows here? 874. Okay. So just copy this query. Okay. This copy this query completely. Copy and go to your portal. Okay, sometimes you don't have any connectivity option. Either, they're not allowing to connect your on-premises. They are not going to allow you connect your on-premises. Okay, maybe some security company. You have to work only in the cloud in the sense, this is the solution we are going to provide the client. Okay. Alternatively, if you are deploying the VM, it is going to cost, right? Okay. Alternatively, you have option to do some sort of task, okay, in the query editor as well. It is in a preview mode. It means whenever Microsoft is going to add any feature, that will make it to the preview state. Once everything is done, taking up the feedbacks and the compliance related compliance and all, then they're going to rectify. They'll make it as sorry, they're going to make it as general, okay, general usage. Now it is in public preview. Let's go and click on this query editor. Okay, what you can able to do, either the ways you can able to connect. Okay, if you guys remember or not, let me cancel this one. No, go to the overview. You have two things you need to connect. Okay, one is the SQL authentication, that is pretty much aware of, and other thing is when you are deploying of the server, there is a two authentication methodology. Okay, one is a Windows authentication, which call it as okay, I'll show that one as well. uh, Azure SQL server. See here, SQL server is there, right? This is the server which we map to databases, right? So when I'm trying to click this one, if you guys is observed or not, there's the two things we have. Microsoft Intra Admin, which is the Microsoft Active Directory authentication, and also you do have SQL Server admin as well. Okay, both the ways I can able to connect. Okay, if you can see here, if you want to change that one, you can able to change it. If you want to remove, you can able to remove that ID. Okay, my point is here. Okay, just cancel this one and go to click on this one. Hmm, the database, go to the navigation of the database and click on the CP database and go to the query editor. Okay. First, we'll connect the SQL authentication. Very easy process. Okay. 2024. Let's try to connect. Okay now. Okay. See what happened. Whatever I'm able to see into this, connectivity process and all, I could able to see the same thing here, right? So tables we can able to explore it. The query I have already with me, I'm just copying, pasting here, just execute 877 rows, right? So how much fast it is going to execute? Only 1 second. Okay, only 1 second. How many rows which we can able to see this? Drags left, scroll down, go to the left. Yeah. See how many rows you can able to see? 847. Where? How many here? 847. Okay. So either there's the ways you can able to work in the portal as well as a uh, um, VM as well as you can able to connect and do your task here. Okay. The other approach, I'm going to cancel this one. When we are trying to connect, okay, with a Azure AD authentication process as well. Okay, so Azure AD authentication process as well. We'll see that. Okay, so go to the query editor option. Again, it will going to show. Let's see. Continue as a cloudfix at gmail.com. Why? Because if you guys remember or not, when you are deploying the overview option, which is going to by default two things, it is like service account kind of thing. You will do perform all the tasks here. Okay, it is in a service account as well as a Azure AD. With this we are going to connect. Just go to click on this one, you can connect. Okay, just go to this, provide your query and execute this one. Okay, so how much? Less than 1 second. Okay, less than 1 second. See there, 847 row, also first row, Mr. Orlando, okay, Gee, and also you can able to see the same name over here. Uh, yeah, Mr. Orlando Gee, first name and the second name. Okay, the rest of the thing I'm not focusing. So my point is here, the connectivity process from the within the cloud and the on-premises process is what we just before discussed. That is the one thing. The other thing is within the portal itself, if you have any other login information or any other SQL authentication logins with you, you can able to connect and do your task over here or else use for the service account as well. This is what I'm going to explore it first and foremost in connectivity prospector. Okay. The other thing is if you are going to navigate the server level related stuff and the database related stuff I want to discuss. Okay. So this is my database server, which I can able to create one more database. See here, if you go and click on create, it is going to navigate to create the database. Okay, you can create multiple databases. Okay, or else, okay, on the server itself, you can able to create. On the server itself, you can able to create. Click on to database creation. Okay, it will going to ask you the when you are creating the mapping of your database server. Okay, so what I'm going to do now, okay, let's see. Just keep this one, the subscription and the resource group. See, by default, the the server is ready with you. Azure SQL SRV01 East US is available with you, right? So I'm going to give the name Azure. Okay, so test DB here. Okay, test DB. So just keep this one as usual. I'm not going to create any database server. It is already there. Okay. Now my point is here the elastic pool and this storage component tomorrow it is we are going to discuss. Okay, just make this one next option. Okay, what I want to go show you folks basically the important part. Okay, uh, go to the previous, provide your user ID password. Okay, let's move. Okay, let's see what is the error actually it is showing basically. Okay, basic maybe rest selections is missing. Okay, development test DB. Okay, it's there now. Use very smaller one. Okay, I'll explain it tomorrow. Why? Because it's very important. Okay, so let's keep this one default only. Okay, move next. Okay, so now what I'm going to discuss here. Okay, let's see what is the error letter part. Okay, so add current client IP address. You mean to say that if you are going to, yes, you don't need to provide any other, you know, uh, firewall related thing. If you are not going to provide when you are trying to connect, you have to add your IP. That is only the thing I did actually. Okay, just make yes. See, just before what we discussed, add private endpoint. Okay, if you created connectivity from on-premises to cloud landscape by using of the private endpoint, also you have to connect. Let's proceed for this one. Okay, so network security and all. This is the most important part actually. Okay, if you guys remember or not, okay, if you guys remember or not, if the existing database with you or the backup files with you, okay, you can able to face this one. Okay, tomorrow I will show why because the currently backup file is not available at this moment. Tomorrow I will show that one. But the backup is available, you will go and take this, use the backup file and restore it. Okay, this is a one kind of approach you are going to store. You can also restore the database point in time from the database blade, restore the deleted database server itself. It means the backup file is not available. After 1 hour, it is going to available. Okay, so if you want to take sample, you can take to sample database. But my point is here, the two things I want to explore it here. Okay, so existing server, we can able to map n number of databases. Okay, without providing of any password and all. Just click on create, it is going to create. Okay, See, earlier it is 700 USD dollars, it is going, so 700 rupees INR it is showing. But when you are creating only database, it is charging only 384 databases. Just click on create. Again, one more database is going to create. Okay. So once after the deployment is done, you could able to see the multiple databases over in this played as well. Okay. So any questions now? I want to know, explore it tomorrow. Agenda is basically while deploying the database, we are going to configure, we are going to discuss about elastic pool concept as well as the storage as well as the compute and the storage optional. Okay, so when you are trying to create this database, okay, let me show this. Okay, this is very important and interview point of exam point of view also will get a lot of questions. Okay, so we will discuss in detail tomorrow. Okay, let's say I'm going to create new database again over here, but when you try to create, two things you just remembered, right? Okay, one is the elastic pool concept. Here is the elastic pool concept that we are going to discuss, and here the compute and the storage option. Okay, why we are going to use for the DTU, what is the DTU, and what is the vCore. We'll go and we'll discuss in details here. Okay, so how we are going to save the cost information, we'll discuss tomorrow that part. So today, did you get anything related to use, or you feel some difficulty, whatever opinion actually I want to ask you folks. So see here now,
No,
just
this
before I deploy.
POC, what you created, no POC, that's what, but we didn't do everything, right? This POC.
Yeah, we did this one. Okay, this one. Okay, so if I want to connect in a power this Power BI one, okay, you have the, you need to application need to install actually. Okay, so let me show that one as well. Okay, so you once after the installation of the your Power BI application, desktop application, go to the data option. Okay, where you can able to see this SQL Server connectivity option here. Okay, so this is a one thing you can able to use, or else you can see this import data from the Cloud SQL. Click on this part. Okay, it is going to ask you the your credentials. Okay, the connection string and all. Just click on this one. It is going to ask you this database information. Okay, server information. Let's go to this uh, server information first of all. What is the name? Here is my server name. Okay, just go to this application. Here is my server name, and the database is optional. It is showing. What is here? Advanced optional, nothing to do. Go to this database name. Okay, go to this Power BI. Okay. Let's see this. I have given that uh, uh, all my IP addresses got whitelisted or not. Yeah, set firewalls. Okay, not added. Go down, scroll down here. Yeah, I have my IPs as well. No problem. Let's see this one. See, now current credentials it is asking you. Okay, just try to connect. So this is my server name and the database name, and just go to the connect option. It is going to ask you the credential information. You don't have authorized to credential to provide this. Try again. Okay, database here, and username with me. Okay, SQL admin, password 2024. Right. Just now try to connect. Yeah. Now I'm able to connect the database from Power BI desktop application as well. Let's wait some time. I could able to fetch the data as well. Okay. Yeah. See now all the table information, whatever we see, okay, that we can able to see. Which table you want to extract, that table only you have to select. Okay. So as of now, there is no data into the Power BI end. Okay, I'm just going to load the data. Okay, this is the data which we can able to see completely. Okay, so 34 rows over here. Okay, just load. Okay, the data is going to load and show it to here. Okay, the Power BI end. Okay, so Power BI team and database team is different, but you are going to work with closely with the Power BI Power application team as a developer team. So in this aspect, you just need to provide, user ID information and the correction string information. Okay. There are pending changes that required you haven't been applied. Okay, no problem. Just it will take some time, okay, to populate. Other than that, everything is fine. Okay. Somewhere it is already opened actually. Yeah. This query it needs to close actually. Not able to close it. No problem. That will rehydrate it once again tomorrow. Okay, so it is not accepting to close hang. System got hanged. Somewhere it is got stuck. No problem. We'll do same thing tomorrow as well to connect with the Power BI application. Okay. So I'll save this one. Okay. Tomorrow we'll try to connect this Power BI application from the Azure SQL. And also we'll discuss, Azure DTU and Azure vCore model. That is very, very important. Okay. So, and also we'll go and explore it in all this, options first of all. Okay. So whatever we have this the option, intra the DTO quota, how we are going to increase, how we are going to take the backup and all. Okay, that thing we are going to explore it, step by step process. Okay, first is for DTU and the VCO. The other thing is connectivity of the Power BI application to the Azure SQL, and then we'll explore all the point. Then we'll go for the high availability related stuff. Okay, and how we are going to see this performance related as well. Okay, that we're going to explore it tomorrow mostly. Okay. Any
We
questions
completed
at
this
this?
POC, bro, everything. Yeah, this POC we completed everything except Power BI. Like
Yeah, we completed, right? So we just, connected